Hello everyone, and thank you very much for joining today's Hermes celebration of happy science. As you know, Hermes is a part of El Cantare consciousness or brother soul of El Cantare, Lord El Cantare. And the spirit, God of Hermes, were born at 4,300 years ago in Greece, ancient Greece, and his soul represents prosperity and progress. So today's celebration, Hermes celebration, is an opportunity to dedicate our gratitude to God Hermes or Lord El Cantar himself for his guidance about love, progress, and prosperity. Yes. So first, we will recite the prayer, the true words spoken by Buddha, and and next I will show you a short video about Hermes celebration. Lord El Cantare, the God of Rios, thank you very much for giving an opportunity to celebrate today's Hermes celebration. To dedicate our sincere gratitude and pledge noble devotion to the Lord, we will recite the true words spoken by Buddha. The true words spoken by Buddha. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy, and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevails on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appear the 7 colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These 7 colors help each other, and there appears Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is the land of love or the land of mercy. This is the land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is the land of souls rest in peace. Real souls are the children of Buddha. The children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you are the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is the symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sails down as a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down a rapid stream, you need to pant in the stream. Then you can change your course. The true words means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens up your days, or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now here listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this white hand and go straightly on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other, and it's time to forgive each other. This is the eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It will shed light to the future, to invite sad people to Buddha land. Now here I command, there shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirit in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believe in one another. That world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words. Here we vow to do so. Okay. Now I will show you a special video about Hermes celebration. And if you are watching behind the computer, you can also click the link to the video below this live streaming.
Years ago, there lived in Greece a man named Hermes. Many people know of him through Greek mythology, but his true legacy has not been passed down to the present day. In the myths, Hermes is made out to be the son of Zeus. But time-wise, Hermes was born in Greece hundreds of years before Zeus. It was Hermes who sowed seeds of love and progress throughout the land. The seeds of love that Hermes sowed took different shapes over time. In Israel, they manifested themselves as the love of Jesus. The seeds of progress that Hermes sowed were also active throughout the ages and played a major role in the modernization and prosperity of the Western world.
Hermes Celebration Ceremony, a ceremony where we become the clear wind of love to forever spread the Lord's light. The starting point of prayer is love. Practicing love leads to true prayer.
Hermes' feelings about this core ideology were as follows. Within each heart is an unlit candle. There is one in you, in each of you. A single candle in your bosom that waits, without flame. The act of lighting this candle is love itself. Why is it important to light the candle? To light your candle is to release that light, brilliance, prosperity, and firm hope that you have within you. It means to burn with a radiant light. It is for this reason that lighting the fire is so important. Hermes was a man of action. His actions were motivated by his belief that the candle in the heart of each person could only be lit through personal attention. So what happens if you feel the same way? It means that you feel a need for infinite action. And in order to sustain this infinite action, you will not allow yourself to be obstructed by third-dimensional obstacles. For Hermes, action that was like the wind was needed. Action that flowed by from an unknown source, gently caressing the faces of those it meets. What is this gentle wind? It is the embodiment of love appearing before each and every person. Teaching the nature of love by its very appearance. This was Hermes' philosophy.
Ever since happy science was established, Lord El Cantare, Master Ryuho Okawa, has been lighting each and everyone's heart throughout the world with the light of truth. The god Hermes devoted his life to change this world into a utopia. His love is like a transparent wind, and his light of prosperity has again revived, shining even stronger to create worldwide utopia.
Start with the love that gives. The ultimate self-realization is to strive constantly to understand the will of
そ
God
のものを掴み続けて
and march ever forward like a wind that keeps blowing.
限りなく吹き続ける風のようであること皆さん全員
All
が
of you keep on giving love, the wind that blows through this country.
気づいていったとするならばどれほど
What a wonderful world it may
恵
be.
みにしたものとなりどのように
How full of blessings and light it would be.
素晴らしいものとなるでしょう私から今日出た風を受け止め
Catch the wind that I have started today and keep giving love like the wind.
渡っていってください ヘルメスは
Hermes tried to work on this challenge.
挑んだ方であります
What made it possible for him to keep the balance between being spiritual and being successful in this world?
何であるか
This is in fact the core of Hermes'
根
philosophy.
本になるものです
The title of today's lecture, Love Blows Like the Wind, symbolizes this idea.
言葉で象徴されます
According to his philosophy, love is like the clear wind.
透明な風のようなものである
It comes forth from nowhere and blows away to a distant place. It is clear and invisible,
姿を見ることはでき
but the wind is known as the wind because
し
it
かしなが
blows.
ら風は吹いているからこそ風なのであって
If it stops blowing, it is no longer wind.
風は風でなくなる
An important key is hidden in this
重大
philosophy.
な鍵が隠されていますそれは
What is it?
どういうことでしょうかつまりこの透
You
明な
need to
風と
think what the clear wind symbolizes in this
一
philosophy.
体何であるかということを考えていただきたいんですこれを
Hermes uses these words to express
愛を表す言葉
love.
として使っているわけですねじゃあ
So
なぜ
why did
ヘルメ
Hermes
スは
talk
透明な
about
風を
love as a clear wind?
と言ったのでしょうか
I would like you to think about this.
透明
What
な
is it that is clear and transparent?
それは
To explain it in a different way, it is the spirit, the soul, or the spirit body. Let's think about this.
考えてみてください
It is probably true that most of you cannot see spiritual beings of the other
霊
world.
存在っていうのは目に見えないでしょう
However, many of you may have thought about the idea of having a guardian spirit, or may have thought that angels of light are constantly trying to help and guide
助け
you.
ようとしているあなた方を指導しようとしているということは思想としては頭では考えたことがおそらく終わりでしょ
Try to place
う一度
yourself
彼
in
らの
the
気持ちに
shoes
なっ
of
て
these spiritual
考えてみて
beings,
ください目に見えない
spiritual
霊
beings
存在
that
が
cannot
存
be
在する
seen or trying to
あなた
help
方
you.
を助けようとしている
They are
あなた方
trying
を
to make you
何をしようと
happy.
している
They are
あなた方の
encouraging
道を
you
選ばない
and guiding you
一生
from
懸
the
命
other
後か
world
ら応援している
so that you
導いている
won't choose the path
あ
of
なた方が間違った
unhappiness.
ことをして
They fight for you when you do wrong and are about to be controlled by evil spirits or
支配されてもら
Satan.
ったらそれとも戦ってくれている
They are making every effort, day and night, in order to bring you happiness.
努力しています
However, you cannot see them. You do not even know whether or not they exist. And because you don't know about their existence, you don't appreciate their presence. So, in order to teach you the philosophy of love, it may have to be in a visible form in this world. However, when you leave this world and return to heaven in the other world and become an angel of light, what do you think your mission is?
天界というところに帰って、そして光の
It will be the work of pure love
それ
itself.
に近い存在になるときに、やる仕事は何であるか。透明な愛。
It is invisible
目に
work.
見えないんです。
You
感謝
will
しても
not be
らえないんです。
appreciated and
あ
noticed.
なた方がやってることは相手には分からないんです。それでも、
But you will think about the people and keep making efforts in hope of their happiness.
ずっと熱意をかけ続けるんです。
That is why I'm saying this is love, like the clear wind.
やがてそうなる。
This is what awaits
こ
us.
の透明な
If you cannot understand this love like a clear wind, you will never be an angel. This love itself is the work of angels. Who recognizes the work of angels? Do you know that they are working? Probably not. Do you know that they are working in churches?
戦争が
Or the fact that when war is going on, they are comforting people? You probably do not know what they are doing in order to make this world peaceful. But they are indeed making an effort to accomplish
やっ
this.
ているんです。数多くの天使たちが仕事をして
Many
います。
angels are working hard, but nobody in this world can see what they are doing. Their love is pure and transparent.
それは
Their love is just like a clear wind.
透明に吹き渡っていっているんです。
Its existence is invisible, but people can feel when it passes by.
しかし通り過ぎた感覚だけは残る。
The wish to make people happy is becoming materialized through people in this world.
通じてこのように実現されようとしている。
This is the love of angels.
だからヘルメスの
So
問
the
いでは
love like the clear wind that Hermes taught was actually about the love of angels.
そして
He tried to create utopia in this world based on this selfless love.
この世においてもユートピアを作ろうとした。
He tried to build an ideal world and aim for progress.
そこにおいて発展を目指したんですね。
Hermes did not give up on this world. He wished to create harmony in this physical world too.
Thank you so much. And this is about Hermes, who represents prosperity and progress of a part of Rodo El Cantare. And today's lecture is about economic prosperity in the age of coronavirus pandemic. So I will start a lecture today. Today's lecture is survival method in the coronavirus recession. And Master Okawa, the founder of Happy Science, gave a lecture with this title, Survival Methods in the Coronavirus Recession, in the end of April. And because of a prolonged lockdown, many people are suffering from loss of income or decreasing income, or even bankruptcy of the company, joblessness, and even it is prospected that many people will commit suicide because of this economic depression caused by coronavirus infection. And we Happy Science conduct many spiritual readings regarding coronavirus. And one example of the spiritual reading is this book, a spiritual reading of novel coronavirus originated in China. And this is a spiritual messages from a space person who is protecting Happy Science and Master Okawa. So if you are interested, please buy this book and read it and know the truth about coronavirus. Anyway, we Happy Science conducted many spiritual readings, and according to that spiritual reading, it is said that this infection of coronavirus will last at least 2 years. Or some spiritual beings pointed out it will prolong more than 2 years. So we need to accept the fact that we need to live or coexist with coronavirus. And at the same time, we need to restart economic activities. Since March, governments around the world took the measure of lockdown or stopping economical activities. But if we keep on this measure for a prolonged period, this countermeasure against coronavirus will destroy the economy. And many people will suffer from joblessness, decreasing income, or even suicide, bankruptcy. So Happy Science warns that this is the time to restart any economic activities so that we can sustain the economies of the countries or the world. If we do not restart economic activities at this point, maybe we will suffer a Great Depression like 1929 before the World War II. But there is a very interesting fact. Master Okawa issued this kind of warning many times since April. And after that, many governments of the world are doing so, trying to restart the economical activities. For example, the United Kingdom, the Prime Minister Johnson is expected to announce the losing measure of lockdown tonight, this evening. And President Trump of the United States also want to restart the economical activities of United States because he do not want to destroy the economy of the US. So it is very strange that after the warning from Happy Science or Master Okawa, many leaders of the government are following this warning. It is very strange. I'm not sure if the intelligence agencies of each countries are following our Japanese information. I'm not sure about it, but this is very strange fact. Okay, so let's start today's seminar. First, I will introduce a quote from Spiritual Messages from Mr. Konosuke Matsushita. He is the founder CEO of Panasonic Group. According to his spiritual messages, he said, I think people are occupied by reducing the number of the deaths and infections at the moment, but I think that what comes after this, at least for human beings who are now alive, will be in the unexpected zone. We have some experience of economic recession, but in terms of scale, I think there is a high possibility that it will be at the level of the Great Depression of 1929 or Japan's defeat in World War II. Basic economic infrastructures are artificially and thoroughly being destroyed. So if this situation is prolonged, they cannot be restored. So the spirit of Mr. Konosuke Matsushita, founder of Panasonic Group, issued a warning against stopping economical activities out of fear against coronavirus. Yes, it is true that we need to keep on fighting against coronavirus, but on the other hand, we also need to keep our economical activities so that we can prevent the destruction of the economy of the country. If we keep on this lockdown measure as it is, maybe many people will suffer from economical troubles, and even many people will commit suicide. This is a problem. This is a quote from Master Okawa's lecture, Survival Methods in the Coronavirus Recession. At the beginning of the lecture, he said, I'd like to see good people survive. I want people who live with right mind, with Buddha's teachings, and people who are trying to live for the world to survive. Yes. The wishes of Master Okawa, or happy science, is that all the good people who lives with right mind and who's studying the spiritual truth can survive in this corona pandemic or in this expected great depression after corona pandemic. So this is a basic point for this lecture by Master Okawa. Okay. And the first point, how we can survive in this coronavirus pandemic or coronavirus infection is to keep or stay positive in our mind. So Master Okawa said, there's information that necessary to think necessary. So I think it's a good idea to just simply see a section of the news or just look at the overview. But you better not see too much or read all the details. Of course, it is very important to catch up with the news footage, news broadcasting on TV, internet, or newspaper. But the news broadcasting, news footage is full of negative information, which will make our mood very dark. So Master Okawa suggested us not to watch TV or not to watch TV news or newspaper news too much so that we can stay positive. And this is the first point. And the second point is you should follow the basics of Buddhism: birth, aging, illness, and death. After a person is born, they get old, become sick, and die. No one can escape from that. I think it is better to concentrate on how you spend your remaining life that was given to you. It is natural that people get sick and die. In this situation, instead of living with fear and self-protection, I think it is important to focus on how to live meaningfully in this limited life, wishing to realize the happiness of others. So in this time of coronavirus pandemic, it is very important to going back to the basics of Buddhism. Shakyamuni Buddha in India, 2,500 years ago, found the truth that life is full of suffering. Life is full of suffering. And most basic sufferings from life is four pains of birth, aging, illness, and death. So Shakyamuni Buddha pointed out that these four pains are the cause of our suffering in this life. So this is a basic point of Buddhism. So if we accept this fact that this life is full of suffering of birth, aging, illness, and death, then we can accept the fact that we need to leave this world, this third dimensional world. We need to die in the near future, in the future. And if we need to die in the future at some date, what we have to do or what we have to think about is how we live this life. This is the starting point of Buddhism. And for eradicating suffering or for removing suffering, Buddha taught us to leave our attachment. That means physical attachments to something on earth, like our possession, property, or status, our family, and so on, human relationships, and so on. So we need to leave our attachments and live our life wishing for the happiness of people around the world. and wishing for the people of this society or people in this country. So this is the starting point of religious life. So of course, it is very important to take countermeasures against coronavirus, and starting from washing hands or goggle, or it is also okay to wear mask, face mask. But the basic point is the four pains of Buddhism: birth, aging, illness, and death. We are mortal beings. Human beings are mortal beings. So what we have to think about is how we live this life, and wishing for the people, wishing for the happiness of the people around us or the people in this country. This is a basic point for living in the age of coronavirus infection. This is the basic point. But the problem is that we don't have any vaccine against coronavirus. Of course, researchers around the world are searching for the way to develop vaccine against coronavirus. But at this moment, we have no vaccine. So what we have to do is to increase our immunity or boost our immunity. The only thing we can do is to boost our immunity. So Master Okawa said, there is no other option but to increase immunity. To increase immunity, as for mindset, the power of will, cheerfulness, proactivity, and constructivity are important. And as for the body, to build one's muscle is important. They are the very important points for increasing or boosting our immunity, immune system, so that we can fight against coronavirus. And the most important point is to stay positive and stay cheerful and stay proactive against anything. And that's the reason why it is very dangerous to just watch news broadcasting all day long, because the news broadcasting is full of negative informations. So it is very important to read or watch something that is very positive. And the books of happy science are full of positive words, which will make our mind very positive and proactive. For example, this sutra, the true words spoken by Buddha, we recited before this ceremony. This sutra is also full of positive words, very positive words with spiritual enlightenment. So it is very good to recite this true words spoken by Buddha every day, or read books of happy science every day, so that we can stay positive. And in addition to that, the strongest weapon against infection is prayer, of course. And I recommend you to take prayer for defeating the infection of novel coronavirus originated in China. You can get a charm. You can put it at the entrance or at home, like, we are fine because we did purification. So the prayer is the strongest weapon against weapon for fighting against coronavirus infection. Even the President Trump of the United States encouraged people of the United States, now is the time to pray. And some other leaders of the countries also recommended people to pray, because at this moment, prayer is the only countermeasure against coronavirus infection. And at Happy Science, we conduct the prayer for defeating the infection of novel coronavirus originated in China every week. Or we can accept your prayer anytime upon request. And here in London, many members or non-members people overcame coronavirus infection by the power of this prayer for defeating the coronavirus infection of coronavirus. For example, a female member here in London overcame a female member here in London was infected by coronavirus, and she got the symptom of pneumonia. But her brother, younger brother, who is a staff member of Happy Science, did a prayer for defeating the infection of novel coronavirus here at the London temple. And after the prayer, his sister, who is a member of Happy Science, overcame a coronavirus infection. And any other people also overcame a coronavirus infection by the power of this prayer by Happy Science. And you may watch the video of a testimony video of that female member who overcame coronavirus on the YouTube. So I will put the link to that video below this live streaming, so you can watch the testimony video of miracle of defeating coronavirus infection. Okay, and this is the conclusion of today's lecture. Boost your immunity, raise your faith, and do what you need to do. If you have a way of thinking of, even if my life ends or my mission ends while doing so, I don't mind. You won't be infected. Yes, this is one of my favorite mindset. I always keep this mindset in my mind. Even if my life ends or my mission ends while doing my missionary work, I don't mind. This is one of my favorite mindset. So if you take prayer and read spiritual books of Happy Science, but even so, there is a possibility that we will be infected by the virus, because the virus is also very strong at this moment. But if we have this mindset, even if my life ends or my mission ends while doing my mission, I don't mind. If we have this kind of mindset, we can stay positive and we can promote and go ahead with our mission. We can promote our mission day by day. So I have no regret, even if I will be dead because of the infection, because I am doing my best so that I can promote my mission here in London. I love this mindset. And this is a spiritual reading from Mr. Edgar Casey in the United States. What is most effective in repelling this coronavirus would be Ryuho Okawa's lectures, books, DVDs, CDs, movies, music, and anything that is being released through Happy Science. They are all effective. Yes. Spiritually seen, all the materials of Happy Science are full of heavenly light from ninth dimension. So spiritually seen, we can see that coronavirus are escaping from all the materials of Happy Science, like books, lectures, CD, DVDs, music, anything are effective for protecting us from coronavirus. Yes, and one example is the upcoming movie, The Real Exorcist, which we can watch from next weekend. And this is a spiritual movie based on our true experiences at Happy Science. So how we can exorcise evil spirits, how we can exorcise devil. This movie depicts these secrets, spiritual secrets, which cannot be revealed even in traditional religions or even in Christianity. So I believe you will enjoy the movie, enjoy this movie, and find the truth regarding exorcism. So from now, I'm happy to show you a music video from The Real Exorcist. And Master Oka gave us a comment that this song has the power to fight off the coronavirus, the locust swarm, and the spirits of poverty. So this song is composed by Master Okawa, and song is by his first daughter, Miss Sayaka Okawa. So I will show you a short music video. Thank you so much. And we will screen this movie next weekend. So please looking forward to watching that. Okay, this is the conclusion of today's lecture. It is essential for us to have the right faith, promote right missionary activities, and disinfect the world. So we don't have to fear about coronavirus, and we don't have to fear about the infection. What we have to do is to fulfill our mission on earth and wishing for the happiness of the people around us. Of course, we need to take some measures, basic measures for protecting ourselves from coronavirus infection. But the most important thing is our mindset of fulfilling our mission and promoting our activities for the happiness of the people around the world. Okay, this is the end of today's short lecture. Thank you very much.
So what can you get it from? John, what can you get it from your daughter, also good. Can you download it?